Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. I'm Dr. Nurul Sahida Fauzi, and today, we are going to dive into an exciting topic, terminologies in real estate management. This topic is fundamental as it sets the foundation for understanding the key concepts and processes in estate management.
Okay, so for this topic, at the end of the course, students should be able to comprehend the basic knowledge of the principles of valuation in real estate field. Okay, for estate management, this is actually the terms that could bring a very broad definitions, okay, whereby this area is a multidisciplinary and involves not only real estate property but also integrates key areas such as valuation, property development, estate agency, property investment, facilities management, and others. Okay, next is valuations. Okay, when we talk about valuation, it is actually the process of estimating the worth or value of an asset, property, or company, typically carried out by a professional valuer. So this term is very important, the professional valuer. It combines both arts and science in determining the accurate value. Okay, so what is arts and science and valuation? So arts is more towards the skill involved in knowing when information or data to consider when forming a valuation. It requires judgment, experience, and intuition in assessing the factors that influence the value. And science is more towards the mathematical calculations and appropriate valuation methods to quantify the value. This involves the systematic analysis of data and the applications of recognized valuation techniques. So that's the difference between arts and science and valuation. Okay, so now we will look on the definition of real estate. So real estate refers to properties that consist of land and the buildings, and also include all of the structures on it, along with its any natural resources. Real estate includes not only the land but anything permanently attached to or fixed to it, such as buildings or housing, improvement to the lands, okay, natural features, natural resources, utility systems, and many more. How about a real property? Real property is a broader term. It is not only include land and buildings and the structures on it, but also the rights, interests, and benefits. Okay, where it is demonstrated by ownership evidence, okay, such as document of title, or tenancy agreement, or lease agreements, and any other evidences or documents that can show the ownership or the rights of the individuals towards the property. So now, let's take a look on the other terms that always been used or associated with real estate management. So the first one is tenure. Okay, it refers to the legal rights and conditions under which an individual or entity holds and possesses property. Normally, it is stated in the document of titles, or sometimes we call it as a grant, okay? Whether it is a freehold or leasehold. And what is a freehold? So freehold actually is the rights for the owner to hold the property for full and indefinite ownership rights towards the property. So that's a freehold. So it is contradicted with the leasehold. For leasehold, the property owner holds the property for a specific periods, as defined in a lease agreement with the landowner. Leasehold properties typically refer to the freeholder at the end of the lease term, unless the lease is renewed. and the ownership of the land for certain limited period of times, either 99 years, 60 years, or 30 years, and up to 999 years. And this is referring to National Land Code. So you can refer the definition of freehold, leasehold in NLC too. Okay class, then we will look on the other terms in real estate. Okay, so the first one is quick rent. So what is a quick rent? Okay, quick rent actually is a yearly expenses or yearly payment that will be collected by land office, okay, for the ownership of the land. In Malay, we call it as a cukai tanah. Okay, so next one is a title. So title is actually a legal evidence of ownership of property, usually documented in title deed. Or title also commonly known as a grant. Okay. Next one is subject property. So we always been mentions about subject property. Okay, subject property, subject property, subject property. Okay, so to make you more clear what is subject property is actually the main property under focus for study. So the property that you will value. Okay, the property that you want to expect. Okay, so that's a subject property. Alright, so next one is outgoings. Okay, so outgoings is actually annual expenses, okay, consisting of repairs, maintenance, management, property insurance, service charge, okay, towards property, okay, that you need to spend in order to well manage and maintain the property, to make sure that the property in a good state of conditions. Okay, so that's the expenses that you spend for that property. We call it as outgoings. Okay, so next one is property investment. Okay, so property investment is actually the investments on the real estate asset, whereby it is divided into direct property investment and indirect property investment. So what is the difference between direct property investment and indirect property investment? So actually, when we talk about direct property investment, it's more towards the assets. Okay, so you invest towards the physical assets. You buy and then you sell. So that's one of the examples of property investment, direct property investment. You buy the property and then you rent it out. Okay, so you buy the property and you lease the property. Okay, so that's the examples. Alright, so for indirect property investments, so you invest in a property but indirectly in the form of shares. You buy the property shares. Okay, I think that's a very simple differentiation between direct and indirect property investment. I hope that you're clear with this things. Alright, thank you. Okay, so that's all for this subtopic. Okay, so I hope that you are very clear with some of the terminologies that commonly used in real estate fields, and hopefully that you enjoy the class sessions.